Hello, YouTube world. My name is Anthony Long. Welcome back to the Bluegrass Picker channel. You came back? Why? Sure glad you did. Hola. I could play guitar for one person. Well, hi, Susanna. Soothing. Well, thank you. Um, that was Silent Lucidity by Queensryche, 1982. Saw the Hush Now, Don't You Cry. Wipe away the teardrop from your eye. Hi, Darlene. How are you doing? Thanks for swinging by. I thought I'd go live for a little bit. I don't really have much of a chance anymore. So I always forget people may not know the songs. Alice in Chains. Well, hi, Joe. How you doing? Well, thanks, Susanna. That was just Jerry Cantrell, great guitarist. Alice in Chains. I don't know how they come up with some of this stuff. One thing to play it, but to actually come up with this is fascinating. Stairway to Heaven, yes. Nice work. They literally stole the intro from the band that opened for them on tour. I think they toured with them for 2 years. If you're gonna steal a song, you may not do it from the band that you're touring with. Looks kind of obvious. Still beautiful. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did it. Yeah, they went to court for it. They didn't get. If you listen to it, but they, to give them credit, back then didn't have a bunch of lawyers. They all kind of copied off each other because it was kind of known. You just kind of copied. Peter Frampton used Blackbird. Blackbird kind of goes like this. He goes. And Peter Frampton, "Ooh Baby, I Love Your Way" kind of goes off. And then it basically goes down and uses the same chords as Blackbird. And I was watching Peter Frampton explain it one day. I saw him doing that. I'm like, he's playing Blackbird backwards. And it's funny. He stops and he goes, I was listening to a lot of Blackbird at the time. So he was even admitting that he stole it from Blackbird. But he made it sound so much different, the timing and everything. So people just copied each other back then. Everybody stole from Chuck Berry, basically. Well, hey, Gina. How you doing? It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. I've just been, my eBay got so crazy, I couldn't keep up with it and try to mow at the same time. It blew up at the same time. I should be listing on eBay right now, but yeah, I should set my I have a Whatnot live coming up tomorrow. I haven't even set it up yet, but I got all day tomorrow. It's supposed to rain, so it'll be later on in that night. Like, if you're not here, yeah, follow me on Whatnot because I'm gonna be giving stuff away. I'd rather it to go to my friends, people I know, other resellers that can resell it. Not some D-bag that goes in there and just gets enter a giveaway because they follow me for a minute. But anyway, if no one's on Whatnot, it doesn't matter. I think if you sign up, you get like $10 off for the first. Any band requests? I almost forget what I can play sometimes. Hey, what up, Jason? I can't even garage sale. The rain's been so crazy in Missouri. I've worked almost every Saturday morning. I used to kind of take Thursday and Fridays easy in the morning so I can go out for the early garage sales because that's what the deals are. Thursday and Friday mornings around here. Because most time it's 4 days if you're doing a garage sale in Southern Missouri. So I haven't been able to. The rain's been insane. And anymore, I'm just old. I can only mow so long, and I had to take a nap. I just, my energy is just, and freaking COVID. I think I have, I don't know, some lasting effects from that BS. Black Sabbath, yeah, you would. You would. That's hard. Yeah, you didn't know I knew that one, huh? Only one I know. Hey, what's up, Lobster? If I miss somebody, I'm dumb. Yeah, it's what happens when you work. Um, I don't just shift gears and turn the wheel. I get out and do work. Just play me a song. Sublime. I used to know some Santeria. I forget it now. Smidge of Randy. Yes. I always just like the intros. The rest of it's boring. Yeah. There's a reason why people don't cover good metal bands. They're that good. You can't cover good. Well, I really appreciate that. That's an awesome compliment. Me and Jason really like doing it. We barely get time to talk anymore. So yeah, we enjoyed it. I appreciate you saying that. This one's hard to play, but it's one of my favorite songs. So it might sound a little hacky, but it's hard not to sound hacky with Led Zeppelin, right? Hey Jen, how you doing? No, I'm going live on Whatnot tomorrow. I just thought I'd come on and tell people what it is. I'd rather, Lobster get a bunch of cool reselling stuff for me cheap than some other person I'm never going to know or meet, so I'd rather it go to someone's business, because I'm going to put out some good stuff tomorrow. I'm going to have I'm just going to test a lot of stuff anyway. Just a lot of it's going to be almost giveaways, I'm going to have some silver and just to see. I'm going to bring some sports cards, all stuff. I have a lot of 45s. We'll see how they go. If people are interested, see what people are interested in, kind of deal. Actually, if people are reselling, they tell me what they like to resell. I have vintage shirts, vintage hats, Pokemon. I'm bringing Pokemon just for Jen. I'm just going to sell a bunch of bulk, so you can see through it and reasonable price, and then boom, then you can resell it. You'll know. I'd rather you get it to people that are collectors, because collectors follow you. So anymore, I'm just stick to what I really like. 45s, sports cards. Led Zeppelin, thank you. Thank you. What a beautiful song. Great melody. Yes, he is. The guy that doesn't lie constantly, that was him. The other person. Yeah, usually I'm trying to catch up with eBay listings. I was putting out 25 a day when I wasn't mowing, but now mowing, I mean, try to get 10. Today I'm gonna get 5 probably. And I sell through a lot of 45s. I think I did 46 this weekend. Maybe. Depends if I'm working. It's supposed to rain for like 2 days. We got flood warnings right now. That'd be nice though. Do it some night. Do it like a Friday or Saturday night. Freaking Harry never goes live. At least I'm missing it. Yeah, facts. Another one that's really good to go watch is Cernock Connection and Tim over the years are both on Whatnot. They got good stuff and reasonable prices. Cernock, he's made for this. And Cincinnati Picker, his is pretty good if you like sports cars. Should I keep playing? What should I play? Look at Jackass Retro. He's another good one. I got a deal from him. I got all these 45s for like, I didn't even look at the price. It was so ridiculous. I have to like go in. I'm going to have to go in and give him a super chat because it's stupid. 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. $28 for 35 or 40. And they're good ones. Top 2 are Beatles, always sell. Patsy Cline, good Patsy Cline. In Baby's Arms, I Fall to Pieces. So those 2 Patsy Clines almost pays for the whole thing. And then there's like some Bing Crosby, really good stuff in there. Like these are. These are the ones kind of look for like cardboard from like the 50s. This one has like Gershwin, so symphony stuff. Some people really like that bow stuff. And it's strange because it's like gatefold, but it's triple gatefold. This is like too cool. I mean, I don't know if I can sell it. It's got the 98 cents on there, and it's in good shape. Girl smoking on the front, like just so normal. And they look like they've barely been played. But stuff like that, Disneyland, I've gotten some good money off. Like books, yeah, it's in good shape. Sealed from way back in the day. I can't find a Bing Crosby. That's what I was looking for. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this one I'm not going to sell. It is awesome because gatefold, once again, rare, and it's got a lot of songs on it. They're all Christmas. Here Comes Santa Claus. 12 Days of Christmas. You're All I Want for Christmas. The First Noel. It's a bunch of Christmas, and I love Bing Crosby Christmas. Anywho, guess I like music, huh? Yeah, nutshell. Yeah, exactly. July, August. If it's normally if it's really wet and cold in spring, it's going to be hot and dry in July, August. So get it while it's good and start. My 1 week yards go to 2 weeks. That's when you start have some. I'll have plenty of time to freaking list. Yeah, absolutely. Some like George Clinton and Atomic Dog. I want to learn some punk. I bet punk starts coming back even more so. It already is a little bit, but like I see kids riding skateboards and stuff again, long hair, and I bet punk starts coming back. And I like punk. Hi Denise, how are you doing? You buying up storage units, and are you still doing all that? I think you were doing that. Of course. He signed it in ketchup. My show's gonna be, I don't know. I was thinking between 6 and 7, just because I want some of my friends and stuff to be there. What do you suggest? I can't. DMB for life. You already missed the best DMB. I guess I can replay it. I don't know if people like that. Thanks, Darlene. I appreciate you swinging by. Oh, you do the flea market way. It's a quick turn. I mean, some of the best investors say, "Hey, as long as I double my money in a year, you tell me that's going to happen, I'll do it." That's why I love reselling, because I can control that better than guessing on someone's. They're going to run their business right. F that. Take a chance, maybe, but. Can you make some noise with that shaker? I blocked Dangle. Man, I hate that. I'm sorry, Kent. Can I unblock? What the hell? It erases all of his. Sorry, Kent. I apologize. I'm so tech savvy, obviously. Yeah, I just want to do the evening the first time, honestly, just so like people, my friends and family, and people from Facebook can go the first time. But after that, then I'll just kind of go, because I'm gonna do a lot of sports cards. So, I mean, more than most people, sports cards are going constantly. I mean, and I was telling my buddy the other day, I'm like, I kind of worry about whatnot, because you can tell where their money is making right now. It's a bunch of guys that are rest in peace, Ken. Sorry, man. I was telling my buddy Jason, Human Fun, it's unsustainable what those guys are doing on those breaks. they're gambling, and I mean, I can see why they're doing everything they're doing, but it's not sustainable. Those guys aren't going to come back. So they're not going to make any money. And Cincinnati Picker does it right. If anybody, if he does YouTube right, he does whatnot really good. Because when he does a break, you guys need to follow him, because especially if you do like sports card breaks, he'll one tip with him is he always puts in more boxes after everybody buys. So if it's a good deal, buy it, because he's going to throw in a couple more boxes. And so he's really cool like that. I bought some stuff from him. He's just I bought one break from him, and he gave me like 2 extra free packs, and I got a couple good cards out of it. So you need to follow Cincinnati Picker, and plus he's He's funny and fun. He's just easy going. You watch those card break guys. It's just the toxicity coming off those guys. Like should be going for $300. It's only going for 150. Like they're crying about it. Like you should be going for more. I'm like, well, then start it higher. Like, so some of that stuff, I don't know how well. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to keep people around. Maybe the Pokemon will carry them because I think people like the breaking the Pokemon. I saw that Jen did a Pokemon break the other day. I wish I would have caught it. Yeah, John's a rare breed for sure. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this, that's what I worry about if I try to build too much on the platform because it's kind of infancy. Kind of like Mercari was hot at the beginning. It's Kent, not Kenny. You killed the wrong. That's pretty good. That's funny, Denise. Yeah, sorry, Kent. I made him lurk more than he usually does. He usually doesn't. He usually just sits there and watches. He came out of hiding. No need time. Secret. I tell you what, I was so used to going live and everything, but since I hadn't done a video in a month, it's probably longer. It was a little harder than normal. I was like, it wasn't, so just taking off a little time. It was almost like I had to get over another hurdle, like the one I did a few years ago. It's weird how the brain works. Prepare for your internet to be shut down. The flea market opens. Oh, that's a lot of work. Here's my whatnot. If it's easier, I don't know if that link works. I'm not tech savvy. But yeah, I have some like rock and roll T-shirts and stuff like that I'm gonna do for giveaways, and I don't know. I thought I'd just play with it. I don't know. I think certain categories they're trying to get more of them. I got approved in 2 hours. They were like, "Yep, go ahead and do your onboarding." I'm like, I didn't expect it that fast. Anyway. I guess I showed him my inventory. I showed him a picture of all my sports cards and records. Maybe that was it. I don't know. It's certainly not my 1,000 subscribers. That guy has 1,000 watch hours. Oh my God. Bro. A sea meat sandwich. I'm going to work this thing. Fat fingers. Who's in there? Is Zuckerberg in there with you? Man, I was gonna go live last night, but I was freaking so late. I realized I was sitting there playing guitar at 10 o'clock. It's probably not a good idea for my neighbors. Fart Sack Jack. What up, Mike? Pick up that soap boy. I just always think of Harold and Kumar. I think it was the two. Oh crap. Anywho, I've seen Kent out there on shopping on little whatnot and Cernock. I think it's fun. I like Cernock. I like the way he does the winner's choice. It's a good idea for both people, the customer and the buyer. Yeah, it's a great place for resellers. I'm telling you, like, There's so many. They're really good at getting resellers on there, but now they got to get people to buy. The only people you see in there are other people selling. It's a lot like Mercari, right? At the beginning. Who knows if it's going to work, but might as well play with it. It's fun. I like it because I'll be able to play music, and they need to figure out how to get like Tim and Cernock to be able to be on the same auction kind of deal at the same time. That'd be fun. Oh, really? It's a great idea. Because you got people bidding against each other on different items. Genius. And you're not stuck buying one thing. You can pick from 20. My only thing is he needs to have a better. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. But he gets them so cheap, and he's got good. He gets good ones in there. It's cool because he puts a good one in there, and you see it fly up to $15, and they get that good one. So he introduces the hats at the right times too. He's really smart about that. It has direct messages too. I didn't know that. GoFundMe. Thanks for making me laugh. That was one of making a mistake is a lot of times way more interesting than trying to do something normal. I remember like one of the best tips I ever got was on New Year's Eve, the first New Year's Eve I ever had, I was a server at Applebee's, and they wouldn't let you have trays at Applebee's. I don't know. They had some kind of lawsuit. So no trays. So I had a 6-top on New Year's Eve. How do you take out 4 coffees with waters and everything else to one table, so had 4 waters and I put 2 coffees in each. I got it all the way there, and then I realized I got to put it down. Shit. And I went to put it down, and I spilled 2 cups of coffee right in some girl's lap, right in her crotch. And felt so awful, of course, but they tipped me better than any tip I've had for years until I started bartending, because I felt so awful. It made for a story. Her family was laughing about it. They'll never forget that New Year's Eve. It was hot coffee I had to wait for too, back when you brewed it. So that was there wasn't enough apologies. I was probably 22, 21. Oh yeah, they changed the so what did they change in the shipping? I hope it's not super expensive now. That was one of the beauties of it. They could buy the next thing. It's because you're not going to keep paying shipping, the same shipping from one person. It's going to cause everybody to just go from one live to the next just to enter giveaways instead of like staying in one live. I thought was one of the smartest things they did. Oh, it's actually high too. Oh crap! So people are gonna get their bill and go, "I don't want this. I don't." That sucks. Right when I start, right? That makes sense. Thanks, Denise. Have a good night. That was hilarious earlier. That sucks. Yeah, I had something sent to me. I had this. Remember the Florida Flipper? Was it Dalton or something like that? Anyway, I bought this Florida Marlins windbreaker. I love windbreakers, and this is cool. It's got the back hit there, and it's the genuine MLB. It's in great shape. I got it for like $12 or something. The shipping was $10 for that. I mean, it should have been like $4 because it was just in a poly bag, like a poly, just a poly bag. Wasn't even done very well. I'm like, this is $10. It's double what it costs them. So they're trying to, because if they're trying to make money on the shipping, that's going to look really shady, and people are just going to stop buying. That's dumb. Why would they do? It's funny because I was like, oh, it's like everything that eBay does wrong, they're doing right, and now they're gonna start doing eBay crap. That sucks. How's eBay going for you, Kent? Because you hear so many. Everybody's doing the slowdown. I'm like, I haven't noticed a slowdown. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I haven't been able to put out very much, so I haven't been able to. My conversion rate is doubled, even though my views are way down. I think they changed the views, so I think that's why it's way down too. But I'm not putting up as much, so I would be selling probably normally if I was putting up the same. So I'm rolling along better. But I sold 46 records Friday through Monday, which has been about average. So it's a lot. Yeah, true that, Kent. Yeah, eBay's rolling good. Deal with Shippa. Deals. Yeah, I know. That's why the whole BOLO crap works so well. People want to find a $200 item, spend 7 hours of their life looking for that $200 item they never find. If they do find it, then just to make a video about it or something. You can't scale up BOLOs. You know what I mean? That should be a video. You can't scale up BOLOs. The reason why they're a BOLO, you can't find them very often. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of nice to know them, but like to focus on them. And I think that's what I've told my buddy Jason. I did too much of that because a lot of the resellers did. And you almost feel guilty. You got people that have all this crap in their house. They never thought about having to clean it, list it, ship it. And then they just look at it and go, yeah, I can get $70 out of it, but I don't want to do all that other stuff. And I don't blame them. I understand. But that's why a lot of the YouTube stuff really is. There's a few people you should listen to, but not too many. I think we all know that one. Yeah. It started getting better for me whenever I focused on one thing and getting really good at one thing. I saw it more as a store. I had my store instead of trying to make money on eBay. You know what I mean? So my customer service is better. I try to do more. I give a lot of free stuff away, and I get a lot of repeat customers. I bet and in my category, I don't think very few people. There's just a few people. The only people that are really promoting are people that are trying to be scandalous in my category. So I'm not the only one promoting. So I'm right there at the top all the time. And I do a good job. So yeah, facts. And then I'm just going to split off of that. And really what I want to do is just kind of sell off a lot of my sports cards on eBay. I mean, on Whatnot, and just kind of get some of that capital back and reuse it. Get it to people like Tim. I just can't be on Whatnot all the time. I wish I could, but it'll be fun if Whatnot does good and they don't screw up the shipping and other things like that. It'd be great to do in my off season. Shit, I'd be able to go live all the time just as much shipping as I can do, really. Yeah, That was the thing too. Is like I had to choose between, ramping up eBay or making YouTube videos, and I get a lot more out of eBay than I do making YouTube videos. So I enjoyed making YouTube videos, and then I got to be, doing a what sold video on 46 45s. I'm like, this is too long a video for no one wants to see that crap anyway. It's too, and I've gotten too specialized. I understand like heart pickers, and you get so specialized, you can't tell all your secrets now when it's kind of like Amazon in a weird way, and you get so busy with eBay, it's like you can't do YouTube. Not, I mean, I don't know. I understand why Tommy would always say like you can't. It's hard to do both. You got to do one or the other, unless you're like Cincinnati Pickers, got someone doing some of the stuff for him and things like that. He's smart. The richest people is because they hired out the stuff they didn't want to do. Dumbasses like me try to do it all. Never can. Wonder why nothing ever. Yeah, I like. It's funny hearing. There was one night I was in Cincinnati Pickers, whatnot. He was doing a break, and everybody knows him. He goes to bed like super early, and it was like 7 o'clock, and I could hear his short glass, and I could hear some ice. I was like, "Ooh, do I hear some Wellers?" And he's like, "Yeah, you guessed it, Bluegrass." And it's kind of funny. He's just super chill. Yeah, facts. And it's nice that I had eBay going, so now I'm making my normal money with. Actually, I'm making more money this year. I had to go up on prices on some things, and a lot of my I bet a third of my customers just gave me more money. Tell me how much you need. A couple of them did too, So that was nice. I'm making more money than normal, and then my eBay's rolling. I can still take care of it, and so it's kind of nice having some money roll in. Hey, someone new's following me. Thank you, Jen. I want to give you my Pokemon. I've got a bunch of my. If it goes good, I have a bunch of my booths at my flea markets and my antique booth. I'll just pull those out and just give them away. Is it Roy? How's it going, man? How you doing, Horizon Picks? Yeah, I mean, I can see why they did it. I mean, man, like just because the thing that most people, I didn't expect anybody to, but like driving my machine to your house, that's gas is my biggest expense. And so for us, it's like when your biggest expense doubles, So um, I can see why a lot of people had to do. I didn't double, but I definitely went up. Freaking inflation, man. That's what sucks. I don't want to be a part of inflation, but you almost have to. I don't, but it's no excuse. I'm not doing it just, I found a lot of this inflation is just chosen, but well, I knew you wouldn't. There was a guy one day, he was here and he cornered me. Lawn mowing guys are weird. Cornered me. He's like, "Hey," just wanted to talk to me in a parking lot. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, I'm from, I don't know who has a freaking rifle, and he's like, "Hey," so just start chit chatting, and I was like, "So what do you charge?" And he goes, "Oh, I charge $25 for every yard." I'm like, "For every yard, no matter what size?" "Yeah, $25 for every yard." I'm like, "Don't do that. What are you doing?" Like, no wonder it's so hard to get people to pay. You got guys like you that are under charging people. What are you, $25? Like, cost $10 to drive your machine there. Like, huh? Found out a couple years later he quit. I think his wife was making all the money, so he just. It's like, how many yards you do a week? Like 80. I'm like, I make more than him. I do 40. Crazy. But he had a good name on his truck. His name was Bo Nose. Bo Nose Mowing. Bo Nose Mowing. Yeah, I think Bo Nose Mowing. Hey, thanks, Jason, for joining. Appreciate you. Yeah, and it was like 2 years ago. Like, and this is Missouri, so I'm like, and this was 2 years ago. I don't take a yard. I don't stop for less than $35, and that has to be like so small that I just out close to another one of mine. Like, what are you doing? It screws me for everybody. It screws everybody else. I'm like, even the neighborhood kid's gonna charge more than 25. I mean, it is what it is. I just know because when you have a business, you know when someone's not making money and you're driving the market down for no reason, just because you don't know how to do your finances. There's just no way, especially if you're mowing anything over a quarter acre and you're still charging $25. Like I charge $100 for yards, whenever it's anyway, whatever. Gotta do what you gotta do. I'm like another thing people don't realize, my machine cost $11,000. So I can go fast. If you push mode that thing, it would take you 3 hours. It takes me 40 minutes because I have a badass machine. You know what I mean? Do they do a good job? I wouldn't see how. One guy doing like it was almost 100 yards. I'm like, how do you get that in a day? He's like, well, I do 17, try to average 17 a day. I'm like, dude, if I do 17 a day, I'm running around crazy. So he's probably not doing it. I don't know. It just makes, it is what it is. I mean, I want people to get good deals too, but whenever you're not making money and it is what it is. Yeah, most people are, but people are big. Yeah, people are real picky, but they're usually so wrong about like what a yard wants. And people always go, "Can you just go lower? Like if it's lower, that it looks better." I'm like, this is not a golf course. Golf course has special grass to be cut low. This is not special grass. You're gonna have dandelions. Stop. People won't listen to you. People won't hear what you say. The grass needs to be at least 3.5 inches. Like, what? But whatever. Use a stander. Well, yeah. It's not the stand behind. It's a stand on top of. If that makes any sense. So yeah, it's the expensive one. But they're awesome. I wish I would have got it earlier. The deck's really awesome. It kicks out the grass really well. It was well worth it. Yeah, 25. I mean, like the gas stations are hiring for $14 an hour now. Like, I don't know. And that's a lot of money in Missouri. The freaking minimum wage is $7.50. Like, why do they even have a minimum wage when no one makes? Maybe people are. I don't know. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Yeah. That's another thing people misunderstand too. When people are like, "Well, it's not a very big yard." Whenever you tell them the price, I'm like, "Yeah, but you see all the plants and all that crap in your yard, all the different trees, all that. I have to weed eat around all that, and that's what you get charged for, the weed eating. What do you think we don't want to do? I want to stand on my mower and mow. So sometimes a bigger yard, I'd charge you less if I'd have less weed eating to do. But Leroy knows. Hey Jenny, how you doing? Listing. You're always listing. You got a good work regimen.
You do a lot of CDs and like video games, right? Easy to ship out. Poly bag, out. Am I in the right place? Bad, Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Right standard, yeah. I have a Hustler. They're I've ridden on a right. Um, they stopped working on their own design because they knew their patent was down, and they knew that Hustler and Skag already had one that was better than theirs, and they hadn't developed theirs to go past it. So they basically just, I don't even know if they sell anymore. They were a good machine. It was a genius idea, and everybody else stole it and made it better. Well, props to you. Yeah, I was watching Jackass Retro the other day, and he was showing his uh, front yard, and he was showing a parade go by because he lives like in a Navy town. I think there's like a submarine division there or something. And I was like, "You need lawn and order," because I saw his front yard. It was pretty hairy. How's your eBay going, Leroy? Um, you find any good deals at garage sales? Leroy's another one that you know. What do you know the most of? Use that as your leverage to sell on eBay, and then he knows his category so well that it's easy to pick too. And he's morphed it into even going to the flea market and selling big bulk stuff to people too, and he enjoys talking to people. I think sometimes niching down, you know, I think niching down is a good idea, and if it's possible to, if you can get the source. Yeah, you do a lot of media. Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of stuff from auctions for you. At least you used to. I can't remember. I don't. Yeah, Dixie choppers. Those were big in the 2005 to 12 range. They were pretty good machines. There's still a lot out there. It shows you they were built right. You saw that. He like weeds growing up all over. He didn't say anything when I said you needed lawn and order. It was funny. I like Jackass. I like Jackass Retro. I hate that. Uh, I'm kind of dumb with like animals, even though rabbits are like mean little mother and they chew up your garden, but I still don't want to run over them. And when you have grass you don't cut for a month, that's where the rabbits go to burrow, to hide their babies this time of year. And it just, you know, you don't want to run over that nest. Let's just say that, right? You know, so I hate when people do that. And plus, I've found possums and rats and stuff when it's terrible. You don't want to make a field in the middle of town. Dumb as that. It's dumb. There's some I don't like a lot of big. I don't like a lot of government crap, but that's one of those. It's like you need to keep stuff sanitary if you're in town. Yeah, you've run over a turtle. Yeah. I like animals enough where I'm like, if it's not necessarily, let's not care. Let's not kill them. You know, I mean, I'm not like a PETA who shouldn't kill animals at all or anything. I'm not like that, but that's okay, Leroy. I'll be seeing you soon. Yeah, and that's like an HOA. You know, people always complain about them, but you signed the effing contract. You knew what you were getting into, and most of the time, it's the HOA is saving the value of your property. That's the point of it. People just want to bitch about it. HOAs are great, at least in my experiences with them. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. Swamp grass. That's not one weed eaten a few times. I've had yellow jackets sting me in the back, right in the middle of my spine. That's happened a few times. It's pretty rare. More mosquitoes than anything. Yeah, I saw a turtle today. It was laying eggs. I love turtles. I love frogs and stuff. I don't know. I'm an idiot. I'm weirdo. I'm the guy that saw, you know. My dad was a Baptist preacher, so we had a parsonage. So we lived right in the house next to the church. So people, we lived in a poor area, obviously, and people would get dogs and animals, and they get to the point they couldn't feed them, and they would just drop them off at our house on purpose, thinking, "Hey, maybe maybe the church can help those animals." And I'd always feed them like bologna or a hot dog, and my dad would like, "Stop feeding those damn dogs. they're never gonna, they're never gonna leave." And I'm like, "But they were hungry. They're always hungry." I'm like, "Yeah, that's true." So I've always been a stupid sap, which doesn't do you much good, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, the city will find you around here, but like I don't know how it is from where you're from, but the sidewalk to the road is the city's. So you're not responsible to mow that, but everybody usually does, right? But if you leave that, city won't mow that for months. But they'll find you here if you wait more than like a month and a half. They'll find you. Uh, the swamp yellow jackets down there, yeah, I get affected by them. They get me bad. Um, uh, yeah, wasps aren't as bad as yellow jackets. I mean, the day there was one day or 2 weeks in a row, it got me right in the middle of the back. So usually if you get stung, you kind of work it out, you kind of move it, you kind of, one of those things. I couldn't even get to it, and it started swelling up. So I couldn't even bend back to get it. I just had to lay in bed. I felt like the oldest man ever. Like, jeez, get stung by a freaking hornet. Or anyway, yellow jacket. Interesting. Where do you live? Crap, it's getting late. I probably need to eat. Yeah, it sucks. You run over a rabbit's nest. There's 3 babies in there. My machine, reason it costs 11 grand, it sucks it up really good. Oh gosh. My buddy Jason, the human fund, he was in here earlier. When he's driving, he has bees fly into his cab so much. It's crazy. Um, he's, I think he's he gets pretty allergic when he gets it. Longview, Washington. Man, I loved Washington State, Oregon. We went to the Gorge, watched Dave Matthews Band. Can't. Uh, he does like a 3 day. He's done it for years. It was amazing. I think it was 2000. Yeah, it was right before 2001, 9/11. Um, but it was so gorgeous out there. I didn't realize how cold the Pacific was. I'm a country boy, so you always think of everything being like San Diego, surfing, and you think like the whole ocean's like that, you know, because it was like July, and I'm like on the coast, and I'm like, this is freaking freezing. It's 100 degrees, like just a little bit inland, you know. Yeah, it was cool because the sun went down behind the stage. Uh, the Big Dipper went down behind the stage, and the moon, full moon, went down behind the stage. Um, we camped there too, so I think that made it more fun too to camp at the gorge site, which I think it's across the river. Anyway, it was so weird because the gorge is so, it's like a long, steady, you know, it goes down for a long way. Um, and since it's like glacier water, I don't remember if it's 58, 62, somewhere around there degrees year round. So it's 100 degrees outside. It like creates this churn, and the wind was crazy. We got to our campsite, and there was like just a few trees, not a lot of trees around there. The trees were bent like this. How do I do this? They're kind of bent like this in a weird way, and it was like, what's wrong with the trees? Because they're all bent the same way. I'm like, that's weird. And we had a really good tent, one that had like the big stakes, the big plastic ones. And next morning we woke up and everybody's tents were blown over. Ours is the only one standing because that wind just goes crazy at night, I guess, and just rolls down that 2.5 miles. And that temperature change just kind of constantly churns. It was strange because it's like a continuous wind, kind of like when you're close to a tornado. That's the weird thing. It's like a continuous sucking wind. You're used to the wind kind of being in waves all the time, but you're close to a tornado, it's just like a vacuum. You're like, whoa, that's weird. Yeah. Yeah. I remember the Columbia River. I We stopped because we wanted to get out and jump in because it was 98, 100 degrees, or somewhere around there. It was so hot outside and sunny and no wind. We're like, let's get in, and we're watching these kids. They must have obviously been from the area. They were locals, jumping off the cliff, jumping in, swimming back. You know, I'm like, man, that'd be fun, but they're diving. You know, they're jumping into the dark area. They must know it. And I don't know what's in there at all because I'm used to like rivers where I'm from. You can see the bottom, so you kind of know what you're jumping into if you do jump. Anyway, me and my buddy decided we're going to jump in. I jumped in, got to my neck, and I jumped out because my lungs just went because it was so cold. I've never been in that cold of water before. It's like all the air out of my lungs was like, I got out. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. That really is glacier water. Holy crap. You know, I had no idea. I but it was a fun trip. Well, I probably need to get off here. Thanks for keeping me entertained for a while. I try not to block people next time. Sorry, Kent. But anyway, I just wanted some people that resell to because I'd rather you guys get some of the crap I'm going to be selling because I'm going to do a lot of giveaways and stuff. So, um, anywho, my body and cold, and I even still to this day, I do shower. I try to do a cold part of a shower. Just, man, your body just every time I wake up. Oh, food truck time. I gotta admit, I like Lobster's food truck. I don't always talk, but I do watch. I like the because I worked in the industry, the restaurant industry for 17 years. So, I miss the interaction with the people. I liked it. And he does really good with the people, obviously. You guys going to keep me on here? Dang it. Hey, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, man. Cooking with Ken. Thanks, Marie. Appreciate you. You're suing them? What? Would they snake your money? I heard a weird rumor when I was in. Shouldn't talk about rumors. Yeah, I know that now. I see. Like even then, I said it was like 58 degrees. It was colder because even my buddy goes, "Oh, it can't be that cold," because you feel your hand. You're like, "Not that bad." You put your body in. You're like, "Holy sh!" It's kind of like we have springs around here. It's the same deal. You don't jump out in the spring water. You may not. Your body might lock up. Labor law violation. Ow. You need it off or something and they wouldn't let you. Oh, that sucks. I hope if you get what you deserve if you got someone mistreated you. Well, thanks everybody. Signing off. Thank you for listening to my Hack Matthews Band songs and grind on, friends.